How's it going, everyone? Welcome into the Offseason podcast where we keep you entertained all disc golf offseason long. We're going to run things a little bit different today. Cloudflare, whatever the heck that is, has the PDGA site down, so we can't do guess the rating. It also has our normal recording platform down, so this is an unproduced show. You just got me, Trevor, Brodie. We're gonna do our best to still do the spit out like make or miss game. We're gonna see if we can get that to work, but just no promises. No promises on my end. I'm gonna try my best, and we'll see how this goes. But if nothing else, we got the three of us here. Should we be
concerned?
No. This is not a
concern for anyone?
I don't think so. AWS, when that went down, was much bigger, I feel like, than this.
It was.
Do you remember when we all lost reception for like 30 minutes? Do you guys remember that?
Yeah.
What? When was that?
You don't remember that, Trevor? I think it was only
a few years ago.
You might not have been affected. I don't think everyone was affected, but
Verizon was.
Yeah, like everyone just lost cell service.
Oh, I may remember that.
For like 45 minutes, and it seemed like the world was just stopping.
Well, because I remember being like, well, you guys can just Wi-Fi call.
True.
Yeah. Yeah. No, there are moments like this where you realize, like, man, if Cloudflare and AWS goes down, pretty much everything's down.
We're cooked at that point.
Pretty much everything's down.
Might be best for society, though, if you think about it. Probably would. I don't know if AWS we might need a little
social.
Reset.
Did AWS affect social when that went down?
Instagram was down. I think Meta was down.
Instagram? Meta was down? Okay, so yeah. Might be for the best.
It's tough watching those like TikTok videos of the senior year of high school, 2005, and like no one has phones. Everyone seems so happy. People are smiling. Different time.
Yeah. Bring back
I don't know.
social skills.
Oh, jeez, yeah.
Bring back eye contact. Let's make eye contact the theme for 2026.
Why is eye contact
and small
so
talk.
weird? Yeah, why is eye contact so weird now?
You never get it anymore.
It's more weird that you don't get it.
I would agree, but just nowadays, like if someone walks over to me and is making intense eye contact and like actually cares on a conversation, I remember that person. I'm like, wow, they actually cared about me. And it's like, that's the bare minimum. What am I saying? They actually care about me. Like that should be just a common human courtesy. It's like, I'm going to give you eye contact and talk to you. But instead it's just typically a conversation. It's like, yeah, what's up? Oh yeah, that's crazy. Wild stuff.
Or you have the people that are just super socially awkward, and they're just like,
yeah.
That's weird.
Well, that's enhanced from phone usage too, because we just don't have social
interaction. Yeah,
you don't have interaction anymore. There's
Tough.
a lot of that's learned. Learned. Anyways, that's not what the off-season podcast is about, but it almost was. Trevor, you might be muted, by the way, because I saw your lips moving and nothing was coming out.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yep, Trev's gone.
That's
Trev's
tough
gone.
scene there. Tough scene.
Trev is gone. There is a button on the mic. You push that. Yep.
Why is it on
like
the
a
bottom?
touch button?
It's a touch button. It's not on the bottom. The mic's
What
flipped.
a ridiculous system for a microphone.
Well, just don't touch it.
Or flip the microphone so it's on the outside.
Yeah.
So
I think
I use it that way just because I use the volume knob on top.
I think either way, this goes along with just the technological boom. Let's get back to analog buttons. I don't want this it's like those faucets that you tap with your hand. Like that's what I've got.
Okay, but what is sick? I don't
joke.
have one, but those faucets that you like choose what you want to fill, dispense. Have you seen those? Yeah, you can control it with Alexa and stuff and be like 2 cups of water or 8 ounces, whatever.
That's sick.
I thought you were saying like lime green Gatorade.
No, I wasn't going there, but that would be something else.
It's just pink lemonade, please.
If you had a Gatorade fountain in your house, but you only get 3 flavors, which 3 flavors are you taking?
I'm going fruit punch, lemon lime, and fierce grape.
Fruit punch?
You don't like fruit punch?
Not if I had to pick a flavor.
I'm taking Glacier Freeze, orange, and
not an orange guy.
I know orange is a hot take, and then the third one I may also take a grape situation. I also like Cool Blue, but I don't want 2 blues. That's kind of lame.
Oh, Brodie hates
That's
that.
a hot take.
Cool,
That's a hot
cool
take.
Blue's one.
Glacier Freeze is my 1-1 though.
Lemon lime is my overall one.
I think you can't go lemon lime. I think you can't do lemon lime and orange. So
No,
I'd probably go lemon lime, glacier freeze, and then I think there is a strawberry kiwi that's pretty good sometimes.
Yeah, there was.
Just if you want something a little bit more sweet.
That makes sense.
Good picks. Good
Have
picks.
you guys ever seen my brother's Gatorade video?
So many times.
Yeah.
So many
I
times.
think
Wait, you
when
guys
we first-
actually watched
Oh,
that?
yes.
Of
When
course.
it came out, yeah.
Oh, did you? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's one of those like behind the scenes where like it depends on when you started kind of watching my stuff, whether or not you even know
I
about
don't
it.
know
The
that
first time we came to Dallas,
It's one of my favorite videos.
Trevor brought it up to you because he wanted to see.
Well, I saw it. You showed me the Gatorade
the
bottle.
Gatorade.
Oh, the Gatorade bottles.
Well, the
yeah.
funny thing is, I think that video, like, I watch some of your videos, but I don't necessarily know that I like followed all of your channels. So I think that Gatorade one might have just popped up.
That one
Like,
got
it was a
very
big video.
viral on Reddit. Yeah,
Right.
that one went nuts on Reddit and then got spread because it was like the thing that made the video was it was shot at like 10:30 and my mom normally goes to bed at like
She was
8:30. So she was just like she was exhausted. Yeah. But it looked like she was pissed and basically forcing her child to throw away his beloved
Well,
collection.
and the best
of
way is the way
Gatorade.
he's describing it. Like he met his sweetheart. Like this one was a beautiful one. I got this at a gas station on my road trip. I was allowed to get 2 Gatorades that day. Usually only allowed to get 1. Like
Yeah, if I don't know what you would have to search because there probably is a lot of people being like, "What the heck are they
just
talking
search
about?"
Brodie Smith Gatorade and it'll probably pop right up.
Gatorade collection, Brodie Smith. Let's see if it pops. Yeah,
Surely.
it pops up. My brother's Gatorade collection, every flavor, and he did at this point in time when we filmed this. He did. This was 11 years ago. He had every single flavor.
Dang. Does he
look at
ever
this.
like?
This Reddit thing just pulled up. Gatorade responds to guy whose mom made him throw out his Gatorade collection. Some had microorganisms growing in them. Oh my gosh. That's
Has
funny.
he ever reignited his like collection? Has he ever like tried to get all the flavors again?
No, I don't think so. I think that was the end of the childhood
That was it.
situation. Yeah.
Man. That'd be a great
But-
Christmas gift for you. To get it, just get him every flavor of Gatorade. Just have it shipped to him on a pallet for Christmas one year.
Oh, that's funny.
All right, well, let's kick this thing off with a story. This comes to us from Jay Bird. He said, my 2025 tournament season started off with a bang. 2 friends of mine hosted flex tournaments at the various courses in the area throughout the summer. My tee time was at 5 p.m. for the first one of the year. I was in the process of searching for a house and had to go straight from house showing to the tournament, so I pulled into the parking lot 8 minutes before we were supposed to tee off. I threw 1 warm-up forehand, 1 backhand, and then had to begin my round. I'm an MA2 player, and I was in a car with some local MPO guys, and there was another card coming back to the clubhouse, and there were maybe 15 or so people standing near the first tee. With the crowd forming, I stepped up and banged an ace on the first hole. 325-foot forehand, slightly downhill with a Discraft crank that I've had for years. $350 ace pot to take home as well. I proceeded to bogey the next 4 holes while trying to get my heart rate under control and had to absolutely fight my way back to par. A round I wouldn't write home about, but an ace I'll talk about for years
I'm
to
gonna be
come.
honest. If I take 350 in an ace pot,
Yeah.
I mean, unless I'm playing an A tier and MPO, I could care less where I finish.
he's an MA2.
Yeah, you win the weekend.
Yeah, you just found a way to cash as an AM.
Yeah, you cash more than anybody at that tournament, I'd imagine.
Probably.
I can think of 2 aces that have happened on the Pro Tour on hole number 1. Can you guys think of more than 2?
On it, like any hole number 1, you're saying?
Yeah, the first hole for Pro Tour stuff.
I don't even know if I can think of 2.
Do you even know the 2 I'm talking about?
I think Waco hole 1 has one, but I don't. I could be wrong. That just popped in my
Surely
head.
somebody's aced that hole.
But on coverage, that's the thing. It has to be kind of on coverage.
I don't know. That just popped in my head, but I can't remember. I couldn't tell you who aced it or what year.
Coverage. So the two that come to me right now, actually both happened pretty recently. I think you had Ezra Robinson ace the first hole in that match play event.
He did, yeah.
Where he was like under that little awning. And then you had Jennifer Allen ace the first hole at the your guys' favorite course out at Milo.
Yeah. That was
that was a sick ace.
silver.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. It wasn't a silver event. That was this
I think
year.
at the time. No, it wasn't this year.
Are you sure?
No, it wasn't this year. I think it was like, I think Trevor
so
is right.
It wasn't on the Pro Tour, so you only think of one.
It was filmed.
I think one.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Silver event. Was that really last year?
No, it was 2 years ago.
I think it was either last year or 2
It
years
was
ago.
2023. It was the year of the West Coast Tour because I remember being like, "Oh wow, she aced this hole" when we went.
Wow, that
There.
feels so much more recent.
Because we
That's
didn't
crazy.
we didn't play that basket. We played the long basket, which is an absolute pump. But
Yeah.
Yeah, very hard starting hole to birdie.
All right, well, let's do let's see if I can get this guessing game. Actually, first let me just address. Normally we do an imposter recap. What we're gonna do instead, episode 4, very contentious, but we don't want to spoil anything. So we're. Just
I will
gonna
say
combine-
one thing.
Go for it.
One thing. It is very interesting because this has happened now back-to-back seasons where there is a point in the show where the strategy goes from, hey, we need to eliminate these people because they're the worst, to, hey, we need to eliminate the best people. It's happened now back-to-back seasons. And I don't know why that is, but it's like the first episode or 2 episodes, it's very clear, like, these people played the worst, get them out of here.
Yeah.
And then as soon as those people are gone, we don't even care about who played bad and who played good.
Well,
get them out of here.
that's
Like the
not-
best players, get them out of here.
that's not true. Both. It's just I think the best players also, and your case is different. In the previous season, so both seasons, the shift is the whatever the large voting block is, basically thinking that they probably have the imposter out. So that's when they're shifting, their mentality shifts a little bit. And to be fair, in the first season, I think the players that you'd be referencing are yourself and Josh, right? Because Josh was one of our better players. He got voted out.
It was more Josh than myself.
Because you obviously only got voted out because of that one putt.
That's not true, because I remember the majority of the logic for voting Brodie out was people thought their lines were going to get easier.
That is true.
That was
I thought that was the dumbest thing I'd ever heard.
They thought
didn't
they'd have
make any sense,
a better
but
chance to make
I was
the
like,
money.
your line might get a stroke easier, but your team got worse.
In any case,
where does that make any sense?
As somebody who was the imposter and was trying to keep Brodie on the show, I lost all right. I couldn't defend it after the putt thing because that's what they were I was I might look
Sandusky
suspicious.
last year.
Yeah.
But with Josh, it was because it was his gamesmanship, and honestly, it was because Mikey really grabbed a bunch of people and turned the tide. Mikey actually controlled last season. He is ultimately what convinced everybody to vote me out, and he was the one who convinced everybody to vote out Josh too. So that's really what it came down to, is Mikey didn't like the way Josh was playing, scheming, and he got him out of there.
But the thing is if whoever was scheming, if you were scheming, or Grant or Jay Milley or any of these guys were scheming super hard on round 1, there would have been no question to vote them out. It's bear bite every single time. Right. And so that's what I'm saying. There is a moment in time where
there's a shift. Yeah.
The shift goes from, it doesn't actually matter how you play. No one cares about how.
I think too.
I don't think I could have played any better in that round and stayed in the game. It wasn't
No, and same for Robbie last episode.
People also
exactly.
people feel like they're at the mercy of the lines, I think, sometimes, because we go out in the second episode and destroy a line with a very big team. We only had got rid of one person at that point. Mm-hmm. And then we go out to New London later and get destroyed ourselves. So I don't know that people put a lot of stock in. They might use it, right, as an excuse to cast a vote, but I don't know how much people actually put stock in the team strength, because a lot of times we just get tossed around or we destroy the line, and it kind of just depends on, do we play good or not? It never really feels like, if our team was a certain strength, this could have been different. I don't know.
Well, I think too that's one of the things in Hunter, if you have some thoughts on this, or if you want to wait until next season. But I think that's one thing that trying to figure out the best way of the show to make the disc golf more important, because it feels like from the viewers, a lot of times it's like it doesn't really matter how well you play or how bad you play in disc golf.
I like, obviously that's something we always talk about, is like trying to make the disc golf matter more. But the pushback to that is last season, every single round came down to one stroke and the disc golf still didn't matter.
Yeah.
People still didn't care. So it's like, we can say the lines matter until we're blue in the face, but people still voted the best players out when you're within one stroke. And a lot of times there was no logic other than, well, our lines might get easier, or he's scheming a bit too much. And it doesn't, no one is up to this point voting based on, other than the Brodie missed putt on 17, some people use that against you last year at Sandusky. But other than that, pretty much every vote has been how a person's acting or whatever.
No, Gary this year was very strongly related to what he did on the course.
But there was nothing he could have done day two to change it back.
Well, because of what he did in day one, though. Like, I mean, he wrote his story there.
But
disc golf mattered.
But to a certain extent, the next day, I understand the Gary decision. I'll still disagree with it from a standpoint of day one, y'all had Grant miss every putt possible. Like, literally, if Grant putts better, regardless of Gary's one shot, y'all make the line day one. Day two, you didn't even give Grant a chance. But you put Gary in a bunch of good positions, and Gary obviously messed up some day two when y'all absolutely destroyed the line, but you just hid Grant.
But
so
Gary,
you didn't even give Grant a chance for his disc golf to matter.
That's because we knew what kind of player Gary was, and he still threw a hyzer straight into the woods. Like, Grant wasn't a good putter.
It is a little wild for one shot to change it all.
Yeah, that's the game. We're grasping at straws, though. We don't have that much to go off of.
I would agree if that's how you held everyone's standard, but it's not at all.
Yeah, I was going to say, too, I think the format...
yeah, certainly.
I think the format matters, too, a lot, Hunter, because the format that we just played at, the final format where we were playing holes and having to decide who was going to spin, I think that showcased a lot more of... You couldn't really hide anyone. And we tried. We still tried to hide Grant and have him play the easiest holes and not have to, spin the wheel and all that. But you couldn't do it as much as we could that second round. And I wonder, had we done that format in the second round, had we been like, oh, man, having Grant is an absolute liability type of thing. That's where I think Gary kind of got screwed, because just that format, like you said, there was nothing he could have done to battle back, versus the secondary format. If he would have gone out and birdied 2 of the 3 holes,
it is true.
It would have been like, guys, we can't vote him out. Like, he just had a bad day.
I don't think it would have been.
Well,
I don't think it would have been.
I will say it is true that with Grant,
because I think that Grant had already formed alliances by day 2 where he was not getting voted out no matter what.
No, certainly not. Certainly not in my book.
The alliance thing is a different story.
I think that
something
Grant,
I don't know how to fix.
I don't think you can fix that. That's just reality shows.
I don't know how you fix that.
I think that Grant was obviously the worst disc golfer to continue moving through the show. And I do agree with Brodie. I think if in the second round, probably would have had to been the second round. I think in the second round, if he would have had a bigger role and just couldn't be that guy, he might have caught like a skill-based vote that does come around at the beginning of the show. Because at the beginning of the show, we say this a lot of times, like, we don't know a ton yet. We kind of just have to make our team stronger. So I think there is a reality where he could have caught that vote in the second episode if we weren't able to hide him. But because we were able to, it just kind of gave him a pass. It is an interesting. It's certainly.
That's even when I was there that day and watching it back, I just think it's crazy from a team standpoint, hiding someone in a game like this, just especially when you're already
because we have so much money on the line.
I was going to say,
you're up by 12 and you're still making the guy do layups on hole 17. Like, give the guy a chance to learn something about him.
Well, I think that's the hardest. I think that's the hardest part about this game is I think not everyone is playing it the same way. And
nobody's playing it the same way.
There could be some people that are just, their main focus is simply, I don't care whether or not we hit the line. I just want to try to figure out who the imposter. And then there's some people who are like, I don't care about who the imposter is. We can figure that out later. We need to try to hit the line.
Yeah, in a second episode when we've already missed the line, all I'm thinking is we hit this line at all costs. I do not care about anything else because we cannot lose another however much money from this line. Like that's all I'm thinking about.
Yeah, and I guess that's the trickiest thing is like the numbers do play in your favor. Of where if you do make like a voting block early on, you can just say, okay, and then obviously there's, we'll talk about this later in the reunion, but if you make it to the end, you can pretty much just guarantee that you're splitting the money with whoever you wanted to split with. And I think something that makes Survivor to where there's a lot of backstabbing in Survivor is at the end of the day, only one person wins. Everyone knows that. And then also you have to have votes from other people. The people that you're voting out have to vote for you. So you have to start strategizing. Who do you want to see yourself with at the end? Can you actually beat those people? So you might align with people at the beginning of the show and then towards the end of the show realize I'm not going to beat these people if I get to the end. So then you have to backstab. One thing that we've never really seen in Imposter so far in 2 seasons is any backstabbing. People that have basically made alliances at the beginning, those alliances kind of just hold through the show. Both seasons we've seen it now, right? And so that's where it's like, if there was a way to where people start thinking about, not because there is obviously still an imposter, the idea of like the imposter might still be in here at the end and I lose money, but it's so small versus the only one of the 3, only one of the 4 remaining is going to win. Then I think we would start seeing a lot more backstabbing. And
For sure.
I just think that's like with Grant, for example, a lot of people are questioning, like, why did Grant not vote for Trevor and end up voting for me? I just think that was the safest play for him to assure himself to make it to the end. Versus if there was a situation where Grant was thinking only one person that's left is going to make the money, he might have done the numbers and been like, actually voting for Trevor is going to give me a better chance to be that number 1 versus if I just kind of keep the cool, kick Brodie out, I'm going to make the money at the end type of I don't know. I don't know if that's something that goes through your head, Trevor, since you've kind of made it now to the point, because it is the season finale coming up, right?
Mm-hmm. Tomorrow. Yeah. Tomorrow's the season finale.
So Trevor's made it to the season finale. Is that something that, since you've made it to the season finale twice, do you think your play would have changed if you knew only one person was getting the money at the end?
I think everybody would have played the show differently. I don't think the alliances would ever get as strong because people wouldn't be willing to like tie themselves to people super heavily because they know they're going to, like, everybody in their back of their head knows we're not splitting anything. So I mean, everybody would play completely differently if it were that way. I don't know if it would make a better show or not, but it would certainly, it would be much more competitive and there would be, the alliances would be very week to week. I feel like
they would change. Yeah.
Yeah. Cause if in a finale situation, you're pitted against each other no matter what.
Yeah, because I sometimes wonder, like, had I gone into that game and been like, all right, I'm me, Gary, and Robbie, we're locked in no matter what. I think me, Gary, and Robbie would still be in the show.
Potentially.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Really? If you have 3 of you, you just have to survive the first vote.
Yeah.
After the first... well, you got to decide the first 2 votes. If the 3 of you survive the first 2 votes, which is kind of what happened with Grant, Jay Millie, Carlos, if those 3 of you survive the first 2 votes, you have the voting power.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So if y'all are all aligned on voting one person, then basically you have the voting power.
And if somebody gets immunity, that can help too.
Yeah.
So that's
for sure.
There's definitely that's at the end of the day, this is what we always talk about of like fixing the game without breaking the show.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of ways to fix the game that make the show less entertaining. Because a lot of it too is from the behind the scenes. A lot of stuff goes on where, the certain votes don't make perfect sense, whatever. But the storyline and drama wise, it works out. It plays great. And it's that wasn't necessarily fair, but it made a great show. And so that's where it's the fine line of, and I think that I've actually talked to Brad and them about this, the planning committee of as the purse gets bigger, we have to get more fair. Which is just that's the weird line, because like, it's one thing if it's like, oh, haha, whatever, like everyone went home with $1,000 at the end or whatever it might be, like last season, and it's like, it is what it is, I got screwed out of that, right? It's another thing if we push the show to one day, like the purse is 20 grand, and it's like, because this show freaking showed footage to Robbie C, like I just got voted out, and that cost me $7,000. Well, now we're talking a little bit of a different thing. You know what I mean?
It's funny how many people got we're so annoyed by that. I couldn't even believe it. Like, we're like, could they think that was a good idea? When it's like, guys, like, this is a reality show. Like, it's not meant to be that.
I think the issue is there are some reality shows you go into knowing they are going to, like The Bachelor, I'm assuming, I don't really watch that show, but I'm assuming like those type of like relationship shows, Bachelor, Paradise or something, whatever those shows are, I think those shows definitely have an aspect to where people going in know that whatever they say is fair game to show their partner or to show the other people. Whereas like a game like Survivor, and I think a lot of people when they watch Imposter kind of get Survivor vibes because of the voting out aspect of it. That is something that's never done in Survivor. So if you go and backstab or say something behind someone's back, the production never goes and says, hey, look what this person is just doing. They're scheming behind you. So I think that's where people were like, what the heck? Why'd they do that? But from a show's perspective, and to kind of have your back here a little bit, Hunter, I think you knew 100% that Robbie was gone.
Yeah.
And I think you also knew, the last couple of votes have been pretty boring. Nothing's really crazy's happened. So let me give him this information and go down there and stir some stuff up. And truly, if you hadn't done that, I would have been like, the next episode, I think would have also been very boring. I think I would have not schemed at all because I thought I would have been fine. And also after eagling the only hole and playing pretty much as good as I could, I would have thought I was fine. And it would have been another boring vote I guess I would have been blindsided and not saw it coming, but it would have been another boring vote. Where here you could sense the tension on hole one. I mean, there was already tension on hole one. So I see why you did it.
We talked about that some last week because I think you probably didn't watch last week, Brodie, but I talked about this where I literally pulled Robbie aside because even after I showed him the video,
I watched Robbie last week on here because I literally told him
him to go stir it up because it was you're right. Like we would have just had episode 2 copy and pasted to episode 3. Like it would have just been. There would have been a little bit of the scheming during the round, but you would have got to the voting room. No one would have said anything. Everyone would have voted Robbie, and it would have just been done. And you're right. It might have caused episode 4 to be the exact same. And we were just watching it all happen. Like it's a weird conundrum that we're in going into next year. The first year we had the problem of half the people were in the Airbnb together, half the people weren't. So the Airbnb people had all this outside the game talk going on and formed this bond that then made it where they controlled the show to a certain extent. And then, so this year we're like, let's put everyone in an Airbnb. We're going to get all kinds of footage. There's going to be all kinds of everyone's talking. But then it made it where we lost all the game talk because everyone came into every round, every voting thing with their decision 100% made up. And it's like, there's nothing said in this room that's going to change my mind. Because I have now basically sworn a blood oath to Trevor that I'm voting Brodie, and there is nothing that's going to happen to change my mind right here. And it's like that all happened off camera because we gave the ability of it in an Airbnb. So
And I think the Jay Millie scene at the end, which was brilliant on your part to offer him that information and for him to accept it, because I think for the long, like that was, and I don't know if we really showed it that much going into the show, but that was something from the very get-go that pretty much just eliminated Trevor as a potential threat. Was Hunter wouldn't pick Trevor twice.
Yeah,
and
that was the general consensus.
Yeah, and I was always saying, how do we know that Hunter picked this year? I think he picked last year because it was the first time, but I was like, all of us could play imposter, I think. decently. So why do we know it's a Trevor and not a Speed? So I think Jay Milley, that was a perfect example of Jay Milley knowing it wasn't going to be Trevor and kind of maybe having that alliance because he's like, Trevor's not going to be it twice in a row. There's no chance. And then when you told him that it was random, and then the fact that he still voted the way he did, I think shows that like no information would have changed his vote.
I just got some crazy breaking disc golf news, by the way.
Okay.
The PDGA site is back up.
Oh, sick. European Open.
So
What's going on?
I'm going to read this to you. You are going to love this, Hunt.
Is the Europa Cup dead?
Wait, what?
They posted this morning on Instagram.
The thing went down?
PJ site's down. They posted this morning and said, like, article on our site, the European Open's back for 2026.
Here's
that was all the
statement.
information.
As if they have just been very much paying attention to Grip Locked. The European Open returns. New agreement reached between PDGA and House of Discs. In an effort to preserve the history of the original European PDGA major, Discmania has agreed to license the European Open branding to the PDGA through a 5-year agreement. During this
$1
term,
million.
The European Open will be the marquee event in Europe as a continental major. The formerly announced PDGA Europa Cup will be tabled for later use by PDGA Europe. Using the European Open name for the new major that PDGA Europe will be managing was always our first choice. The name has the richest history of all the various European majors that have been hosted over the years and the name that has been used the most. At one point in the process of determining a name, we had reasons to believe the European Open option was not going to be available. When an arrangement was offered that met the parameters that the PDGA Global and PDGA Europe required, it was an easy decision to adopt the name for the major moving forward. Moving forward, PDGA Europe will continue to administer the European Open by reviewing bids from interested locations. So they did own it, but only a 5-year agreement.
Well, figure that out later. That's 2030. Hunter can worry about that.
There's some dogs.
I'm still like,
wait, but
what's going to happen if the PDGA called it the European Open?
Well,
what would happen?
I don't know how much it is.
Is it trademarked?
They clearly own it. Like
in what way? It didn't say TM next to it. Like, is it?
They must own the European Open in regards to a disc golf event, with the branding, like
copyright, trademark. What we talking?
I'm not gonna act like I'm an expert, but like obviously it wasn't worth them getting sued. Like,
sure.
So here's
the last thing the PDGA needs more lawsuits. Let's be honest.
Yeah, honestly.
Here's the question. Maybe a little of a pessimistic outlook on this. It sounds like they're charging the PDGA to be able to license the name.
Correct.
Yeah.
Which means funds that we pay
more of our membership dues.
Right. Funds that we pay are now not going to the growth of disc golf. They are going to a name. Why does the PDGA why can't they just run the event like USDGC, right? Like USDGC isn't charging the PGA to be the USDGC, correct?
Correct. But if the PDGA wanted to take it over, they would.
Yeah, it's because
but
the European Open doesn't own the event anymore.
Does anyone
do anything?
But does anyone care that the PGA owns this event?
Well, no, European Open people weren't running it anymore. Like, they were done.
Yeah, that's more where I'm confused. Like, I think
they just said they weren't going to run it anymore.
The PDGA. That's where I'm like, the PDGA surely.
Because
retired. So now.
So the PDGA is in charge of it now.
Okay, so hear me out. The only difference is they were going to go and start running the Europa Cup as the European major.
Yeah. Now
it's called European Open.
But that's the only difference.
But they're paying money for it to be called that.
Yeah. Correct. Really?
I hate that.
What I think they should have done.
I hate that. I hate Europa Open name, but I also hate the fact that you're paying money.
I think that I don't mind the move because I want the European Open back. I think the right move from the PDGA should have been a statement on the Europa Cup. Hey, we want to use the European Open, but Discmania will not let us use it, even though they're not going to run the event anymore. Until we can,
put some pressure on them.
This was like the YouTube TV holdout, man.
Correct. It's like but I'm saying that I literally on Grip Lock I said I'm upset. I just need to know who to be upset about, who to be upset at. If the PDGA would have came out and been like, here's the facts. We're not going to use membership dollars to pay for an event name. We're just going to wait for the event name to expire and then we'll use it.
Paying for an event name.
Then I would have been like, there we go. I'm ticked off at Discmania. props to it. Because like where I'm confused is just like where would Discmania have? I mean, I guess unless it is trademarked and they just never use the TM on anything, or copyright and they just never use the copyright symbol on anything. Unless one of those two things exists, or maybe the European Union, whatever copyright trademark laws don't allow, you don't have to do that. I don't know. What is Discmania's purpose in holding on to the European Open name if they can't run the event anymore? Like, they can't do it at the courses. They're not going to use the name European Open anymore.
Well, they were able to sell it.
They made money. That man, UC dude, he is getting his bag.
Well, now let me ask you this, Brodie: who do you trust more with the growth of the sport, the PDGA or Discmania?
Probably Discmania.
So then, aren't you happy your membership dollars are actually being siphoned to someone that might grow the sport more? Maybe we go that route.
I just okay. I mean, I'm just getting all the funny disc golf things right now. We just heard from Dave. We just heard from Dave McCormick in regards to the Chief debate yesterday. He emailed Brad and said, Chief sales are low compared to the Shaman, which this isn't really related, but he said Shaman sales to Chief is 40-1. That's the ratio.
So that means the Shaman's the most popular putter in the world.
40-1.
The Shaman wasn't on the list.
I know. It's just so funny.
There was someone commented on Griplock yesterday. Let me see if I can find it. He said, let me see. I can find this, surely. It was not that long ago that he commented. It was someone that worked at Gateway.
Oh, really?
Well, he claimed to work at Gateway. Obviously, a comment you can never tell if they actually... Okay, as a Gateway employee, I'm surprised to see the Chief over multiple other molds we have. Maybe people thought it was a Chief OS. The Wizard should have been higher, better throwing putted than the Luna and the Envy.
That sounds like Dave.
No, it's not Dave.
Okay.
But I've seen this guy before.
I love it.
But it's not Dave, but yeah. It's just funny that the Gateway people can't even believe the Chief's that high. But hey, it's the data, man. I'm a data man. What can I do?
So
what can I do about it?
Oh, man. We got a custom stamp tomorrow.
Let's try to get this. I'm going to try to share my screen, and we're going to see if this works.
Let's see how good you are at pausing.
Okay. Share.
That's what we're really about to find out.
There's no data on this screen, surely. All right. Well, we'll find out.
Yeah.
All right, so how this game's going to work is I have 3 videos here. The 4th one's over on YouTube. So I'm going to play a video, and then I'm going to pause it, and then I'm going to exit out, and then I'm going to play the second video, and I'm going to pause it. And one of them goes in, one of them doesn't. Y'all are just guessing which one's a make.
Okay.
Okay? So let me open this one here.
This one's...
Hold up. Sorry. That's not where I'm trying to pause it. All right, here we go. Pause it there. All right, that's one.
Okay.
There's one.
Great pause.
And out 2.
You said one of these is a make?
One of these 2 is a make, yes.
Oh my, this thing is granular. Hold on, I need to adjust my screen. How do I make this bigger?
I don't know if it's... I honestly can barely see the basket on this one right now.
It's just the glare of the sun.
Let's see if I can make this full screen. Does that make
there we go. That's a little better.
All right.
I've had to... Oh, he's so funny. You're good. We can yap. Don't worry.
So you gonna release it? Oh, see, I think you're pranking us because I think that one's a low left catch, and I think the other one is one of those high left trickle outs.
I think the first one's probably more of a miss than the other.
I agree.
First one's a miss. Okay, let's see. So this is the first one.
I think this thing is doing the classic Innova spit out. Yup.
There's the first one. All right.
Textbook.
It is brutal. I mean, if we get this thing full screen, it is
textbook. Oh, that's it was way more center than I thought,
It is on the pole.
It's a little high.
Yeah, it's the high
That's
putt.
where it hits right there.
Yeah.
It's high like that. It's 50-50.
It turned it
Popped right
over.
back out. And the other one, props to this Discraft basket. Pretty solid catch.
Discraft catch is pretty good bottom left, though.
Yeah, Hunter would know.
Ring around.
Wow.
Is that a new... That's a New London.
New London hole 12. Yeah, this is where... That's where I was wanting to pause it here because it looks like it's going to be an air ball. Right there.
Yeah.
I mean,
That
you
just
say
looks
it
like an
it's
airball.
gonna be an airball. I can't see the basket that well. I can only see the pole.
Because he just like catches the one chain in the cage. My pause game is not. I was terrified of.
Annabelle baskets on this like challenge, it's almost like it can look as dead center as possible, and it looks like a miss. Like,
All right.
for the future, Hunter, too, to make it a little bit easier for the pods game, we might have to just edit. So you have like 2 clips.
Oh yeah, no. Silas is gonna be able to do this much better than me.
Okay, yeah. 'Cause I was
don't
gonna say
worry.
you're having to pause versus just make one clip to where it just runs to the end.
Okay, so this is now
the pausing's
number
scary.
2. Here we go. This is the putt number 2.
These are tricky little putt baskets here. Oh,
that's coming off the pole so hard.
There's the first one.
That's hitting the center of that pole and bouncing 10 feet back at him.
Oh
Like,
no!
one,
And he's
and then-
doing like the picking up the mini early.
Hold up, I gotta change my tab of my screen here. 1 second, please. One second,
That's
please.
what I don't feel good about that one.
No, that's cutting through all day long.
I don't feel good about that one.
Straight
All
back.
right, here we go.
Where is he?
He's not in frame yet.
Oh, so this is like a POV.
He does kind of.
Oh, heck yeah!
He does kind of a pause for us, anyways. So there's number 2.
Oh gosh!
So one of these is a make, one's a miss. Which one's which?
There's no way I'm still saying one's a miss just
First
because
one's
it's
a
so
miss?
funny. This would be a great catch from
The only thing I'm
though.
thinking though, the only thing I'm thinking on this one is I'm thinking the angle of how we're being filmed here makes it look way worse than maybe it is. Because that looks like it's way less left. And I'm wondering
more
if
center.
I think maybe the perspective is messing us up a little bit, and that's a little nose up. And so sometimes those nose ups.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a good catch. I think the other one's spitting straight off the pole.
The first one just seemed like the perfect time where he's like bending down to pick up his mini. He's going to look up and the disc is not going to be in the basket. He's going to be like, what happened?
I agree.
I'm going to go first one again.
All right, let's see. Catch. Yeah, all right.
Backside.
I thought I missed left, then I thought I missed.
All right, now let me share my
gotta
screen to
see
show
this
you.
thing.
You gotta
Oh
see
my
this thing
gosh.
pop out. It is
Does it just
so
come out like a
funny.
missile?
Visor.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's brutal. Here
Yeah.
it comes. Oh, it did the little dance on the chain. Look at that. I mean, if you pause it at the right time right here,
It's just too fast.
it just catches it out.
It was low though. Like it's crazy. It had that much speed to get out of there.
That's always my
It's too
favorite. I mean,
fast.
just look at the shock on this kid's face. Just he pops his head up like, what?
Also,
So funny.
another thing that I'm interested in, I would love to see studies of this, is how much spin actually matters. Because, if you putt with more spin, is it more likely to do something like that? Because
Probably
it's
dead
like,
center, but if you're on the edge, you can spin in sometimes.
yeah, because I'm wondering if a disc is coming with a lot of spin, it almost kind of like cuts through the chains more. It like ricochets off the chains easier.
It's like
and hits the
bowling. You get
pole.
that pin action.
Yeah, because if you watch, like he's putting with a lot of spin
Yeah, a
because
lot
at
of
the very end, he's really crushing his wrist. I don't know. I would love to actually see someone do like a robot study test with baskets. I think that would be fascinating.
It would be very interesting. All right, well, let's end it out with a few topics here. We're finally going to get to some of these. This first one's actually pretty time sensitive, so I'm glad we got to it this week. Because he said, this Thanksgiving, my boys and I are playing a 2-disc round. The 2 discs will be one extremely overstable and one extremely understable. I have 4 tilts I bought from Foundation earlier this year, but we haven't decided on the understable disc yet. We're considering a DX Rollo, but what would you guys recommend for the
Founder.
understable disc?
The Founder. It is the most understable disc I have ever
You think
thrown.
it's flippier than a Rollo?
Oh, yeah.
Really? I called it a Founder OS.
We couldn't even get it to work. We couldn't even get it to work. We were trying to throw it.
Did I do a review on it?
The Founder, no.
What happened? What do you mean you couldn't get it to
Like
work?
we couldn't even get an air shot with it. It was so hard to get.
Oh, you're trying to throw like a soft, like inside out.
I think the Founder is the flippiest disc I've ever thrown. Like within reason of like a normal disc.
would have been a great disc for Jay Millie on hole 2.
Tough scenes.
For those that are in the Discord, definitely go and look at the Imposter. Me and Reb were going back and forth for a good like 45 minutes of me trying to explain to him the shot I was trying to do on that hole.
There's an imposter channel in here?
You didn't know that?
No.
Oh, it's electric.
Where is that at?
It's It's under Disc Golf Chat. There's an Imposter Series thread. And people just go,
it's a thread.
People go ham in it.
Fascinating. I got to check that out.
Yeah, go check it out. Really good stuff in there. But
I see it. Oh, my gosh.
I think next time I'm in town, I think we need to go to hole 2 and I need to try to throw that shot. Just because I think there's so many people that have no idea what kind of shot I was attempting to say. I think a lot of people
this
are
imposter thread's electric. It's a book in here.
Oh, there's a lot of stuff.
Wow. I didn't know this existed. This is incredible.
I think what's his name's in there too. Some people from previous shows are in there every once in a while. They pop out.
Dude, our Discord, we don't promote it enough. This thing pops off.
It's a great Discord.
It is phenomenal.
Great.
I go in there every once in a while and just like add everyone what's going on and then just talk to people for like an hour. But it's a good time. It used to be probably the most active place of all time. We were in there all the time. But now, I mean, live tournaments are electric in here still. Mm-hmm. The live tournament chat, that's one of my favorite places to be. It's funny because as soon as I pop in and say something, people are like, "What? Hunter, you don't watch coverage. What are you talking about?" Every time. I'm like, that's funny. Okay. Tom Walls said, I was wondering if Brodie Smith has ever attempted or considered doing a trick shot from a moving vehicle, like a bed of a moving truck. I can't find any videos of this being done. I don't even know if it's possible, but I'd like to see someone try. Surely, right?
I don't think I've done any where I'm standing. Like he's basically saying like being strapped in, standing on the bed of the truck. I don't think I've done any of that. I don't think I've done any. Okay, well, time out. There is one where I'm actually standing, but not on the bed of the truck. I've done multiple where I'm in a car, throwing out of a car, not moving. I've done multiple where I'm throwing to a moving car. And then I've done a couple where I'm in a car, moving, like throwing out the window. But then the one where I'm like, the one that's probably the one that's closest to him was the epic trick shot battle I did with How Ridiculous. One of the guys had a PT Cruiser, or his parent had a PT Cruiser. I can't remember whose car it was, and had a sunroof. So they rolled down the sunroof, and I was standing up the sunroof. And that one was like we were driving at the basket. So I threw it from like really far away because it increased the speed type of thing.
That's what I was about to ask. If you're like,
but that would be much cooler if I was like standing on the bed of a truck, like strapped in.
If we're driving 30 miles an hour this direction and you throw backwards 30 miles an hour, what does the disc do? Does it just
I don't think it moves in relation to
like it stops at the base of the truck and like it looks like it moves but just drops?
Yeah, it would just drop.
Yeah.
Didn't Mythbusters did that with like a bowling ball or something, didn't they?
I did baseball.
Baseball?
Yeah, I mean it would have to.
I was thinking about this the other day.
If you're trying to do a trick shot, right, and you're driving by a basket at 30 miles an hour, you would have to throw it basically immediately when you pass it for it to have a chance going in.
If you throw it exactly 30 miles an hour.
Yeah, but okay, so if you throw it, so how far could you if our truck's going 30 miles an hour? This is now
it's great math problem. Great math problem.
How far could you throw a disc if you threw it 60 miles an hour?
I don't know. A 30-mile-an-hour throw can't go more than like 150 feet.
But like, would it look very impressive because of the fact that by the time the disc landed, you'd be like 600 feet away?
Yeah, I mean that would be interesting. You need to get one of those drift cars that Travis Pastrana drives, where you can like lock yourself into the back of the.
Dude, what if you're drifting around the corner, so you have all kinds of like rotational momentum? And
oh my gosh! Yeah, you drift with the momentum of your arm.
Yeah,
our bodies were meant for this.
No, your arm would come out of socket. You'd Eagle McMahon yourself, but that disc would go so far.
Dude, just ripping that.
So I was thinking about this the other day because I was running a track workout and it was windy as heck. And like, this doesn't make any sense because I'm running slower than 20 miles per hour, but the wind is faster than 20 miles per hour, right?
Yeah.
So how am I able to move forward?
Because the force, it doesn't take 20 miles an hour of force to get your body through.
Right. It's just the speed of the wind, but the wind doesn't have the kind of resistance to hold your body back.
It's not the same as throwing.
Or the speed of a car. So you're saying the speed 20 mile an hour, you're saying 20 mile an hour.
Like, Brodie, think about how much wind, think about how fast the wind would have to be to knock you over if you were standing up straight. Probably be like 60 miles an hour.
That's what I'm saying. It's like at a certain point, though, you can't run forward in wind.
Correct.
Well, there's a wind load calculator. Let me see this.
But those two things, we're saying those two things are wind resistance is different than being in a moving object.
Correct. Well, no, throwing. I think throwing an object.
So going. Okay, so hear me out. Player A is throwing into a 20 mile per hour wind, headwind. Player B, no wind, but is in a vehicle driving 20 miles per hour in the opposite direction. Which one throws farther?
Unrelated. How many square feet is your body, would you say?
Square feet?
Trying to figure out how much.
Probably like 10.
6'5". Yeah, 10, sure, 10 sound. No, it might be more than that. Just look how I got wide shoulder. This right here is a lot of square footage. This is like at least probably 4 feet of square footage, maybe 5.
That's most of your body.
I got big legs and a big butt
okay,
too.
So
give me 12. Give me 12 square feet. It's 12 square feet.
Okay.
Half my height. I don't know if that's a good estimate.
Okay, so wind velocity 20 miles an hour, surface area 12 square feet. So the wind load is 12 pounds of force. 20 miles an hour on your body. So it takes 12 pounds. It basically is like, it's like you're running with a 12-pound vest, more or less, is the same effort to go through a 20-mile-an-hour wind.
Okay.
So if this thing went up to like 80-mile-an-hour wind and you're trying to run forward through it, you go 196 pounds.
So now you're getting shoved.
So now it's hard. Like 80-mile-an-hour wind is like, obviously that's like a tornado.
You're not really moving.
You might be able to move, but you're like barely getting through it.
Give me 100.
100-mile-an-hour wind.
100 is that like 250 now?
306 pounds of force.
Yeah, you're not.
So that's like you're digging your legs in. You're not going anywhere. You're gonna have to fight to stand up.
That might also rip your skin off.
100 mile an hour? No.
Defensive lineman on your back.
Don't like hurricanes only get up to like 80 at their worst?
No.
They get up over 100?
Yes.
Hurricane wind force. A category 2 hurricane is 96 to 110 mile an hour of sustained winds.
Okay.
Hurricane 4.
Give me a Cat 5. Give me a Cat 5.
Cat 5 is 157 miles per hour or higher.
7. Wow.
I think the one that went through Florida, I think it's Brown, was like 170 or something, and was just ripping through everything.
Yeah, once it gets to Cat 5.
Tornadoes are higher though. Tornadoes get in the 300s.
Tornado wind speed.
Well, yeah, those
I believe
throw
like
you
the big
potentially they can exceed 300 miles an hour. Yeah.
Yeah.
But 40 miles an hour is a weak tornado. Fast ones are 300.
But obviously, we're talking about a very small, isolated thing versus a hurricane. It's like basically can just rip through an entire city. Wait, what was my answer to? I'm actually.
No, now I don't, because now I'm starting to think that
what's my player A, player B question? Does anyone have an answer to that?
Well, because now I'm starting to think that we're just talking out our butts. Because if there's 60 miles an hour of headwind, I feel like I can still throw a disc into that.
60-mile-an-hour headwind? No.
Is it moving forward at all?
I think as soon as it comes out of your hand, it's going backwards.
No. I think it's going forward for like a split.
Yeah, like it'll go
like I'm saying, I can only throw like 60 miles an hour.
I know,
so
but here's the problem.
I can't get it forward.
I think a frisbee is different than a baseball because I think we're not adding in. It's the same thing as like. If I had like wings on as I'm running, or if I hold my arms out like this running through the wind versus like being tucked in like this, you're going to run through it quicker.
Well, yeah, every object has different cut through the wind.
But that's what I'm saying is I think my situation, how do you figure out who throws farther into a 20-mile headwind or in a vehicle?
Too many variables, man. There's too many variables.
Because I think if you're throwing a baseball, you can say the throwing into a 20-mile-an-hour wind. Oh, can you say that? I don't know if I could say that. Would I be able to throw farther in a 20-mile-an-hour wind with a baseball than traveling away 20 miles an hour?
I don't know. So according to Google Gemini, which is basically never. Let me just ask ChatGPT. Let me ask ChatGPT.
Oh, dear. I just saw a TikTok that says you can't trust ChatGPT.
Oh, you can't trust anything, but you can trust. Here's what I'll say. You can probably trust ChatGPT more than you can trust us three. Is ChatGPT run on CloudSource? Is what's going on?
They'll say something.
Oh, my gosh. ChatGPT runs on Cloudflare. We can't use ChatGPT this morning.
Thank goodness.
They'll say something a little bit more interesting, I guess.
Okay, well, I'll just ask Google Gemini. So what should I ask it? How fast?
If I threw let's do baseball because frisbee is too mind blowing.
If I threw a
baseball into a 20-mile-per-hour wind, 20-mile-per-hour headwind,
okay,
versus throwing a baseball from a moving object going in the opposite direction, 20 miles per hour, which would travel farther?
Okay. 1 second, please.
I think they're going to at least give us some sort of science versus
They're going to try their best.
whatever we were doing.
Of the two scenarios, throwing a baseball from the truck moving 20 miles an hour in the opposite direction will result in the ball traveling farther because the forward momentum of the truck cancels out the thrower's velocity, causing the baseball to fall relatively straight down to the ground. In contrast, when thrown to a headwind, the baseball will still cover significant distance. So that just contradicted itself. Okay. Let me just read the math here. Key principle here is relative velocity. The speed of an object is observed from a particular reference point. When you're in the bed of a truck moving 20 miles an hour, you, the baseball, and the air around you are all moving the same speed. When you throw the ball backwards at 20 miles an hour, the backward velocity from your throw cancels out the forward from the truck. From the perspective of someone standing on the side of the road, it would have no forward momentum. So, okay. When you throw a baseball into a headwind, the ball must fight against opposing air for the entire duration of its flight. While the 20-mile-an-hour headwind slows the ball down significantly, it doesn't immediately stop its forward momentum. As long as the speed of your throw is greater than the headwind, the ball will continue moving forward and cover a distance. Okay. For example,
I still disagree with that, though, because I think to your point, Hunter, if you threw a ball 5 miles per hour into a 20-mile-per-hour headwind, it would still go forward.
That's what it's saying.
Yeah, but
no, it said if it was greater than the miles per hour.
Well, I think I don't know, man.
Well, what's the square footage of a baseball?
Well, that's where I'm starting to say, like, I think if I take Luka out,
guys, we can literally test this. 20 miles an hour isn't that dangerous.
I'm saying if I take Luka out with a baseball and it's really windy. He doesn't have a 20. He can throw a tech disc. Like I think it said 15 miles an hour. So I would assume a baseball is pretty similar. Okay, if he could still throw it, it would go forward.
Yeah,
sure. Yeah,
of course it would.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
You guys are overthinking this.
But then that just throws everything out the window because then I guess the truck adds in that your arm's moving 20 miles an hour backward as you're throwing forward. I don't know.
Why do you think that wind resistance is equal to speed? When you're in the truck, you are already moving at a speed. That is like a scientific data point. You're going that speed. The wind doesn't equal the exact speed. It's just a resistance. 20 mile an hour of wind is just 20. It's just wind resistance.
Yeah. So when you're moving 20 miles an hour in the truck, it's taking that 20 miles an hour off the throw.
Correct.
But
it isn't automatically taking it off.
When you're throwing into a wind, it's just resistance. It's not taking anything off.
Correct.
So you can throw farther into a wind than from the back of the moving truck. There's the answer.
I want to see.
However, if the wind gets hard enough, well, I guess that's the same with the speed.
But no.
I think with a frisbee. I think with a frisbee though is different. I think throwing a frisbee into a 20-mile-an-hour headwind versus throwing from a moving vehicle is different. That's a different scenario.
But that's because the frisbee can.
No, because I still think if you threw 20 miles an hour with a disc into a 20-mile-an-hour headwind, it moves forward.
Yes, and then goes backwards.
But it moves forward. Out of a bed of a moving truck with 20 miles an hour, it never moves forward. It just cancels out.
Correct.
So it would still go farther.
Yeah, with the wind with a frisbee,
you got to think of the football rule here. It's forward progress is where progress stops. It doesn't matter if it gets thrown
back. Get me out of this call.
It's where forward progress stops.
Real quick, just so we're all on the same page.
Math with the boys.
I'm good.
I think we're all on the same page.
If we put Randy Johnson in the back of a truck driving 100 miles per hour and I was standing right by the truck as it passed by, and he chucked it at my head. You're telling me that ball just drops right in front of me?
Yeah, it wouldn't hit you. Wouldn't hit you.
Wouldn't hit me.
It would drop.
That's tough to believe. That's tough to believe.
It would drop. It would drop. I don't know what to tell you.
That's tough to believe.
It is. It is.
Put it to the test. You ever seen those physics professors?
Wait. I can find the video of Mythbusters. Give me a second.
I would not trust it.
We can react to this.
Have you ever seen Brodie, the physics professors that'll have like the swinging demo ball, the wrecking ball, and they'll hold it up to their face and they'll let it drop because they trust the math. That's what you got to do. You got to trust the math. That seems like something they would have done on one of those Japanese shows that you were on. That seems like
maybe.
Okay, here we go. Okay, this is so Mythbusters did it with a soccer ball. Okay,
kicking a soccer ball.
They had a machine that would shoot it at a specific mile per hour.
It's a very weird object to shoot.
For a perfect release.
Just a ball.
I don't know about you guys, but that looked pretty good to me.
All right, let's watch it in slow-mo.
Wait, it's shot.
Hold up.
It's shot
Really
sideways.
look good to the naked eye.
They'll show it in slow-mo.
In this case, is the high speed.
Oh my God, it's like a
Look at that.
cartoon.
Wow.
It's just in the air. It stops.
Okay,
It
but
just
I need to
falls.
see a shot. I need to see a shot
it
without
doesn't
moving.
move at all. It's going straight.
What?
Really?
Why?
We did
How did I know it actually shot it out?
What do you mean? They shot it at whatever speed. Because if it wasn't moving,
We did it.
Do they shoot it?
look at that. That's crazy.
going
While you
straight
watch this thing, it just drops.
We did it. We did it. Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, but do they shoot it without the truck moving?
Yeah,
that
I
we
bet
know?
they did.
Yeah, surely.
I bet they did.
All right.
They had to tune the miles per hour.
I was making sure because there it looks like it just falls out the back.
Yeah.
That's not possible because then it would have moved with them.
Yeah, it would have kept going.
It would have kept going.
That is true. Whoa, wait, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it-
Yeah.
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 Yeah, think
Wow.
about like a tire.
You drop it
falling
behind
off,
you, it's coming
or a
with you.
tire falling off of a car.
Oh,
yeah.
That thing is flying.
Yeah. There you have it, ladies and gents.
Wow.
That's physics with the boys.
Oh,
Guys, we now have to do this video. You strap me to the back of a car, have Silas and Connor standing right next to the car, and as we drive by, I chuck a frisbee at their face. We have to.
But
we have to do it.
Your miles per hour. We got to have your miles per hour dialed.
Well, we just had to make sure he's not doing it any faster.
Well,
as long
even
as
if
it's slower.
faster, even if it's faster by like 2 miles per hour, that's still hilarious. The frisbee would barely go
barely
towards
do
it,
it, yeah.
and
Barely
then just
touch
catch
him.
it. But I'm like whipping it. That might be. Oh, we might have to try this.
This would have gone crazy on Vine, man.
I know. The fastest, shortest pass ever. Oh,
10 years too late, man.
dang! I want to do this so bad because I still don't believe it. I still feel like I could throw it. Feel like I could break it.
All right. Well, maybe next time he's in
I also
town,
have to
we'll ratchet strap him into the back of my truck, and we'll just see what happens.
But I also have to throw it directly behind me
Yes. Yeah.
because if I'm a little bit off to the side, that thing's coming with a little bit of power.
Maybe
Be a lot.
Maybe. Who knows? All right. Well, that's gonna wrap up this week's episode podcast. Hopefully, y'all enjoyed, and we'll be back next week. I don't think next week will quite be the reunion, or maybe no. Next week's Thanksgiving week, so next week won't be the reunion. We'll do a normal show next week. Week after that, we'll try to do the reunion episode of Imposter.
I want like a Brady Bunch reunion where there's just like 9 heads,
Just a bunch of people.
Just
Yeah.
a bunch of people. The
We'll
old
figure it
Zoom
out.
calls.
All right. We'll talk to y'all then.